Hey guys, happy Monday and the beginning of our first cycle for the 2023-2024 season. We just finished the open, so we're gonna be starting off Mondays with bench press, and we're gonna be doing some tempo and volume work here, just building good strength and position. So I want to start off by showing you, you're gonna see this written down by the reps. This does not mean 40 by 1. What it is a way to talk about tempo or pacing the reps. The first number is how long it's going to take you to go down. If you see this for any movement, not just bench press, it's how long to go down, the negative. So for the bench press, this first one would be 4 seconds down. The second number is how long you stay at the bottom, so that's 0 seconds. And the third number is how long to go back up. So the X means explode, so you're thinking speed, as fast as you can, and the last is how long in between your reps, okay? So 4 seconds down, don't pause at the bottom, explode up, 1 second at the top, all right? So you can see how this is gonna go each round. This bottom one is basically normal pace. So it's gonna be 1 second down, no pause, explode, and then 1 second at the top, okay? So you're gonna see each of those written down in our programming. Let's talk about the bench press, quick review. We've been bench pressing a lot over the last year, so hopefully these things are getting comfortable with you. I always talk about grip. There is no one perfect way to grip the bar, but we like to do one that transfers to the other pressing strength that we do. So dips, handstand pushing, pressing, so that elbow in just outside shoulder width grip. So when you set up on the bar, try to find that grip. For most people, it's gonna be about thumb distance from where the knurling mark starts, depending on your barbell. Okay, so you want to grab that bar nice and aggressively, right? Bring the feet back so you're pressing down through the heels and you feel that tension in your glutes. Right from the beginning, nice big chest. When I take the bar out of the rack, pull the shoulder blades back against the bench, squeeze that bar, straight down and up, touch the chest. Okay, if we're doing tempo, let's say that first one we were looking at is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, touch the chest, explode back up, quick pause at the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, touch the chest, explode back up, okay? Again, we're varying tempo here. We're doing some decent volume so the weight won't be super heavy, but this is gonna be day one, setting that baseline to build forward. That's our strength today. Let's talk about conditioning. We've got a great triplet for you, 4 rounds of rowing, pull-ups, and handstand walking. So rowing is pretty straightforward. We're gonna be pulling for some calories. From there, we got 15 pull-ups, okay? And then 50-foot handstand walk. So for the pull-ups, lots of variations. We're looking for a little bit of intensity here, so choose a variation. You can get full range of motion with relative ease. So I'm gonna start off with jumping pull-ups. These are a great variation. You can adjust the height that you are to the bar, but make sure every rep, you get full extension in your arms, jump, chin over. So you're gonna go down and up, okay? Pretty easy to get through range of motion, but keeps good intensity. From there, we have a band, right? So if you're just learning, use a band that allows you to get full range of motion relatively easily. Try to start to feel the use of your lats, and you can start getting more comfortable with that kipping feeling where it's not just your arms pulling, but you get a little bit of that kind of lat action as you go up and down. But again, prioritize full range of motion, all right, hitting big sets, okay? Of course, from there, you can go into the classic kipping with no band. The more advanced athletes might do a chest to bar pull-up, okay? From there, we have the most technical, which will be the 50-foot handstand walk. So basic stuff here. So if you can't do a handstand walk, we're gonna do anywhere from 20 to 40 shoulder taps, starting in a plank. This will be the easiest thing. Try to keep the body nice and stable, okay? If that's easy for you, you're gonna go to the wall and do taps from a handstand position, all right? Feet back to the wall, how most people kick up. This is actually a pretty tough position. So what we recommend is to actually go the other way, right? When you set up, start with your hands a little further from the wall, keep your chin tucked, and then this is gonna be a little bit easier. Same thing, depending on your skill and strength, 20 to 40 total taps. The closer you get to the wall, the harder this is gonna be, okay? So those will be your options if you got a handstand walk, but 50 feet is kind of tough. Feel free to scale down the distance. That's a good scale as well, okay? From here, we're actually gonna have some muscle up work in the finisher, so let's talk about that. All right, so our finisher is gonna have some strict muscle up work in there. I'm gonna give you some options here. So one of the foundations for being able to do a muscle up is a ring dip. So I wanna focus on that today. If you don't have a good deep ring dip, that's what you're gonna work on. You can use a band if you need, but to set that up, we're gonna do 5 reps per round, okay? And you're working on good range of motion because we did pull-ups already in the workout, so let's just work on the dips today. So again, starting with a good lockout, I'm gonna lower down at the bottom, and then you'll notice that I'm tucking my feet so I don't hit the ground. My biceps touch the ring. Look at my shoulders, they're below my elbow, and then I press back out to a good lockout. Again, so good position, all the way down, all the way up, okay? So doing strict work, try to get 5 reps per round, good quality there. So if you have a good ring dip, but you've never learned how to do the transition, this is a unique thing with the strict muscle up, which is what's called a false grip. So if you look at where I'm going to chalk my hand, it's on the wrist, okay, in this spot of the hand and wrist combination, okay? And when you set yourself up on the rings, you're actually going to flex your forearms. It's going to look like this, a really weird movement if you've never done it. But start between the rings, okay? Bend your knees a little bit, put your feet out in front. You're going to try to go slowly as you lean back and end up in that false grip position. Come down, again, look at my forearms. I'm on that chalked part of my hand. I'm flexing my forearms. I pull the rings back to my chest and then pull my shoulders back through. Okay, I'm trying to do this with control, so no swinging. Okay, and this works on the transition part. So again, if you have a good dip already, this is a great drill to work on. You can do the same thing with a band, and then the other version is going to be a negative. So you can, on some of the high rings, you can jump to the top or do a kipping muscle up to the top and try to go slowly through that in a full hanging position up on the high rings, all right? For those that don't have a full strict muscle up, all right? That's one movement in the finisher. The other is a face pull. This is pretty straightforward. Use a band, all right? Attach it to the post, and you're gonna pull to your face. So think hands outside the face, elbows go high. Okay, so you can use different type bands to add different tension. And then the last one is a hollow rock. So hollow rock is hanging or back and forth. Okay, trying to keep a nice smooth action in the low back. If that's hard, bring the knees in. Okay, or arms at your side is even easier. Okay, and that will be our finisher today, guys. See you tomorrow.